veins. I am the spark that drowns them. Talk to me. His cold fingers curl around my soul. Sixth sense box and I reclaim control. Blood reborn beneath the moon's pale light. One chance to rise, one chance to set things right. Conquer the night, shatter the sorrow. Grab the void, blaze a new tomorrow.
Hey guys, this is Sparkplus Ultra here, and this is my new what if. I have never seen any Kamen Rider shows or anime because I have never seen it, but I do have seen Power Rangers, and they are somewhat the same. It's just that when I finally took a little look on Kamen Rider, I seen the potential, yeah. But let's get down to this what if. What if Deku had Kamen Rider Cross Z powers? Burning Fury! Dewa Moshimo! In the world of My Hero Academia, there are those that have quirks, and those that don't have a quirk that are called quirkless. 80% of the world has a quirk. Those that have fight for the light or fight in the darkness. Those that fight in the light are called heroes, and those that want chaos and destruction are called villains. But there are some things even further away. Even those on planet Earth don't know. A asteroid comes from outer space, rapid speed. Scientists from NASA were detecting the asteroid moving at a direct speed to Japan in Izuku Prefecture. And when they calculate the time of when the asteroid is gonna hit, it moved rapidly, like it was controlled by something. The asteroid was increasing the speed, and NASA were wondering, why? Something's off. This asteroid. The asteroid increases in speed, and the NASA noticed that it's small, so it won't cause any big damages, but it's still a very dangerous rock from space. So they need to be very thinking on this, making sure some preparations. When the asteroid was coming down to Japan, we get to see Inko in her, mid-20s, when she's not in her late midlife age. Didn't get any fat. When Inko Midoriya was doing her job, doing her work, and keeping a steady hold on her life. But the asteroid was coming at night, and it hits the ground near to the streets that she lived. She was watching a show when it was in the middle of the night, but when she heard the big crash, Inko was surprised to hear a sound like that, and she opens the door, takes a look. When she walks and goes looking for that big crash, she sees a impact crater, and Inko thinks, I never seen this. Wait a minute. Is it an explosion? No, something else. Inko then walks to it, wondering what was it. When Inko gets near to the rock, and Inko thinks, an asteroid? Well, wasn't expecting that to be impact. But then the asteroid cracks. The rock of it opens up, and Inko wasn't shocked, but still surprised that the asteroid was crumbling right in front of her. But the light appears. Inko is surprised to see that there's a light coming out of the rock inside. Then the little alien comes out and attaches to Inko, and Inko says, "What the?" And enveloping into Inko's stomach. And Inko says, what the is going on? And then Inko felt a little tired. Inko then says, she then goes back inside, wondering what's going on with her. And then the meteorite crumbles when she left. When Inko was going inside, she was feeling all woozy, and then passes out on she slept through. When NASA and the military checked the sighting, we see that the meteorite has crumbled, and all the heroes were on standby, checking if there's any emergency or destruction. But there wasn't. So they're good. No people were in the casualty. But what they don't know is there's something intriguing is gonna happen. About 1 month has gone by. Inko was feeling better, but felt sick for some reason. Her belly grew, and then she was going to the doctors and seeing her being pregnant, and Inko was shocked to see that happening. She tries to remember how that happened. Then a boy has been born. It was Izuku Midoriya. A couple of years have gone by. When Izuku turned 13, his mother passed away from a car crash. But Izuku doesn't remember. And when Izuku was 14 and in school, he kept a somewhat stoic look and was basically trying to get through. Bakugo is, well, in season 1 stage, so he's a bit of a pain to deal with, but it's not like Izuku would care much. Izuku has to earn his worth by going in the underground martial arts, and Izuku was trying to make ends work to make sure he gets some money out of it. He is skilled in martial arts, a bit into karate, do, taekwondo, and a bit of some unique martial arts that has given him some help. And Izuku cracks his neck. It hurts being in a underground martial arts that almost everyone has quirks, except for me. But he smiles. Whatever. At least it can help me get through it. Then Izuku walks down the streets, cracking his tired, restrained bones. Then Izuku thinks, I gotta eat. But then something comes in the air. A little dragon's roar. And Izuku was confused. Huh? What the? Then Izuku looks around, confused on what's going on. Then Izuku goes back to his house. And when Izuku goes to school, he then sees Izuku was in his school table to do his school and get through the day. But when he was doing that, everyone was in their seats, and the teacher says, "Alright everyone, it's about school jobs that you want. It's gonna be a few papers," and then the teacher smirks and says, "Who am I kidding? Y'all wanna be heroes!" Throwing the papers in the air, and Izuku cracks. And again, school's almost done. Didn't realize it. And all the students were excited on which school that they're going to be in, wanting to be heroes. And Bakugo says, "Don't put me with these sidekicks. cause I'm gonna be a hero. And all the students, except for Izuku, were about angry to hear that. And saying, what? No way! You're kidding! And no way with that attitude. And Bakugo laughs out. Well, look what the teacher's gonna say. And then teacher says, you're right. You're going to UA. And all the students were surprised to see and heard that. What? He's going to UA? And Bakugo smirks and laughs. Well, I told you sidekicks, because there's only going to be one strong hero. It's me, Katsuki Bakugo. And then the teacher says, oh, Izuku, you're going to UA as well. And Bakugo turns into a statue. Gah! And Izuku was surprised. And even the students say, you're just as surprised. And Izuku says, I wasn't even participating. And Bakugo says, leave right now. No way a quirkless loser like you will go get a UA. And Izuku says, ouch. But, if it helps me in the situation, then I do it anyway. Giving a look of just dealing with the job and situation. And he would honestly like to be a hero, so, because it pays extra, and he doesn't want to deal with being in the martial arts world every time. Plus, he's almost going to be banned from it, so. And Bakugo says, damn it! You better leave or I'm going to make your life a living hell! And Izuku says, it already is. And Bakugo says, and the students say, classic Izuku. He always fights back with a comeback quicker than a knife or a fire. And Izuku says, well, just doing my thing. When school ends, Izuku goes to a shortcut to get back to his, and Izuku says, stretching his body. Man, school really is that downgrade of sucking the soul out of ya. When Izuku was walking to his house from the shortcut, he then hears the same roar from a year ago. And Izuku is confused and tries to look around, but then he hears something else. A bit of bubbling. And then he sees a bubble of sludge appearing from the sewage. Izuku then looks, feeling weird when looking at it. Then the sludge comes forth at a second. And Izuku then jumps away, backing up and dodging out of the sludge attack. And sludge forms itself and says, well, I wasn't expecting a person that could dodge that quickly. Well, your body's pretty good. Mind if I borrow it? And Izuku says, what the? Who the heck are you? Then Izuku looks closely. Great. Now I know you're a villain. The sludge villain says, well, let me have your body, kid. And Izuku says, heck no. Izuku then goes for a kick to stun the sludge villain, but when he lands a hit, the sludge villain says, nice try, but bludgeon and piercing and slashing damage doesn't affect you, brat. And Izuku then realized and sees that the sludge villain's tendrils were going to come entangled on him, but he gets out of the way and dodges. Izuku was wondering, how the hell am I gonna beat this guy? Bludgeoning doesn't work. Then, when Sludge Villain sends out all the tendrils of himself, Izuku dodges and keeps his speed on the fence, countering and dodging some of them, not letting the Sludge Villain get a hit on him. Then, something appears in the air. Izuku then looks and sees a little dragon that was like a mech flying in the air. Izuku was surprised. Huh? What the? Then the dragon swoops down. Then Izuku then grabs it in his hand and says, "What the?" And then the Sludge Villain says, "Hey kid, don't let your guard down!" And shooting out more of his sludge tendrils at him. Then Izuku sees a boat appeared before him out of nowhere. Huh? Then Izuku then looks at the dragon. Then grabs and puts it on the mysterious belt. And there was a vocal saying, "Are you ready?" And Izuku says, Hashi! Then a transformation comes. The Sludge Villain was surprised. "What the? Wake up! Burning! Get across the dragon!" And the voice goes away. And Izuku has a blue suit that was customized like a toy with that animation transformation. He was turning into Cross Z! And Izuku says, "What?" And the Sludge Villain says, "What the hell? I haven't seen this. Well, too bad. I'm going to take your body!" And the Sludge Villain keeps on attacking. But then Izuku dodges faster. Whoa! Burning! Sludge Villain felt a burn. His tendrils. What the? Is his ability to have fire? No. What the hell? Then he uses Smash It! And the Sludge Villain was surprised on the attack. "Fool! You dumb brat! You can't hurt!" And the slash was a burn. And the Sludge Villain says, "Gah!" And Izuku thinks to himself, "Oh yeah, I think I'm more of a match for now." Ha! Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! And Izuku slashes every tendril, burning them back. And then the Sludge Villain says, "Damn it! Hurting me harder! Get out now!" But then Izuku was right in front of him. "Not so fast!" And then the Sludge Villain says, "What the hell?" Then Izuku says, "Alright, million hit!" Gah! Slashing him harder than before at a blinding fast speed, knocking him out unconsciously. And Izuku does a pose. "Ha! Too slow! Before I burn you!" When Izuku was being posed Kamen Rider style, he then sees someone come down. "Don't worry! Hey guys! I am here!" Then Izuku was surprised to see All Might. "Whoa! All Might?" Then All Might says, "Who are you? I haven't seen you before." And Izuku says, "Oh, I don't think this is a good time." "Wait! Are you a vigilante?" And Izuku says, "No way! I'm just, Izuku then runs. And All Might says, "Wait!" But then sees the Sludge Villain. All Might thinks, well, did me a favor, but if he does vigilante again, this is going to be a problem. Then Izuku hides in an alleyway and de-transforms. What the? Holy hell! Wasn't expecting this. And he looks at the signs. Kamen Rider Cross Z. And Izuku was surprised to see this power. I never... Alright. I guess I can train with it. Then he goes back home, and over the 3 months, he trained to become better with this power that he never seen before. He tries to control it. Getting ready for UA. And that's where I'm ending this video. I hope you liked this video and hope you subscribe. See you next time. Plus Ultra.